We have this dope thing spinning in the background, and I use the word dope. I'm like 14 years old right now.
It's that cool.
It's that cool. We are making a balloon piñata darts game for Cinco de Mayo.
We are.
How did we think of this idea?
Question.
I was hungry for guacamole, I remember that part.
I think we were like, okay, what goes with Cinco de Mayo?
We thought of piñata.
And we thought of piñatas, and then we're like, okay, how can we make a piñata more fun? Because like, if you're an adult, you don't want to blindfold yourself and like,
yeah, that's just not
cool.
fun. And
it's
like,
not fun.
This thing is ridiculously fun.
It's really
We
fun.
made a test in our office, and we sat in my office for probably 45 minutes throwing darts at my wall and also sticking them in my office wall,
Yeah,
which
we did do
our
that.
office manager's not too happy.
Well, you know, a little tack.
Sorry, Christopher. This isn't just a balloon game where we only do one side and you stick it up on a wall and people throw darts. It's a piñata.
It's a piñata.
So you hang it like we've hung it, but
So
even
that's your back.
better, there's candy inside.
Oh, yeah, of course you can't have a piñata without candy. So right now what I'm doing is stuffing more balloons full of candy. You want to find the smallest candy that you can.
Yeah.
We got these like little Tootsie Rolls. They work really well. We also used 9-inch balloons instead of the 5-inch balloons, which also worked better because the opening's a little bit bigger, so you can actually put candy in.
Yeah, and the 9-inch balloon, you can just not blow up to its full capacity, so it's still super small.
And why do we want smaller balloons?
So that you can create this awesome avocado shape and really have them like condensed and combined and form a shape together.
But you do want them about the same size.
Yeah, you don't want like one bigger, one smaller, because then it just doesn't look good. That's the one that's hanging up in my office right now, and it just looks like, bleep that out.
Although we did find that it might be helpful to have a couple that are smaller because then it'll kind of help you in these corners here when you're trying to make your avocado shape.
So the things you need are 9-inch balloons. I got all of this from Party City. So 9-inch balloons, we got like a circular gold/brown balloon for the pit. You're gonna need some small candies. So again, like Tootsie Rolls are kind of the best thing I found. Party City has a massive display of candies. I also got these little round chocolate balls, but even they are a little hard to squeeze in there. These, you literally just like fold over one of the end flaps and shake them in, and it really doesn't take that long.
In the time we've been talking on camera, I've already done like 10.
You definitely wanna get a balloon pump.
Yes.
Oh, Jessica,
Windblown.
you're so glamorous. Because otherwise you will probably pass out from losing too much oxygen blowing up these balloons.
Yes.
That's like what you need to get started. So it's pretty easy, it's pretty inexpensive. You also need poster board. We got green so that it would match, obviously, the balloons.
Yeah, and just one piece of poster board, it works really well. I had like a big round serving tray that I just had in the kitchen, and I used that to kind of stencil it out and cut out the avocado shape.
Yeah, but if you want it bigger, you can make it just as big as you want. And you can do other designs too. Fun fact, folks.
Yes.
Hot glue does not melt latex balloons.
It does not, which like it still blows my mind. Every time I'm putting a balloon on here, I'm like,
and I absolutely
putting
hate
the heat
the
on.
sound of balloons popping, which like, why did I make a balloon dart game? It didn't happen.
no, we have yet to pop one from a hot glue gun, which is crazy. I know.
Knock on wood. Once you've got your candy and the balloons, you blow it up. I will demonstrate. Assistant Jessica, thank you for that wonderful handoff. I do about 6 pumps. I usually let out a little bit of air, and then you just tie the balloon as you would any balloon. And voila! You've got one little bud for your avocado. Luckily though, we don't have to do a bunch because
We came prepared.
So we're gonna show you how to do a couple of the balloons, but then it's super easy. So we're just gonna like speed right through this. Some things we figured out. We did the back first so that we could mess up. Some things we figured out while doing that are start from the bottom.
It's easier to shape it for some reason. Otherwise the balloons kind of flop down.
Yeah, and you have a better like gauge if you can choose like, oh, I need a really small balloon here so that like it will all fit and you won't lose the shape of the avocado.
Yeah, the cool thing is too, we did this side a little bit smaller to start, so you can see some of our edges still. When we flip it around, we have the option to add more to the border.
So if we want to make the bottom stick out more, so you get more of a difference between the top of the avocado and the bottom, you can build that out.
Yeah, and really cover the paper if you want. Otherwise, the paper's pretty too, and it doesn't look bad sticking out a little bit.
We are both going to be hot glue gunning for time's sake.
Also, it is helpful to have a partner when doing this.
Right, because sometimes you need help like holding the balloons together because we did glue in between the balloons and the balloon to the paper. And also it helped to do the back so that this pit would pop out of the front more. It was more pronounced.
Another tip is you want to make sure that you have a really sturdy hang here. I even put a little bit of tape at the top here to make sure it didn't rip through because we are putting some pressure on this as we're putting the balloons on.
It really didn't take that long. It was kind of surprising. But then everyone would be like, whoa, dope piñata.
Balloon.
All right, so do one more row. And then we're gonna move like we're in hyperspeed. We're superheroes that craft and DIY and taste test gross things. Whew, that took a while.
Oh, man.
So many things have changed since we started this balloon project.
I mean, look at it.
Look at you.
Look at you.
What happened? Okay, enough with the jokes. We're super lame.
ridiculous.
Dad jokes. Mom jokes? We're not moms. Avocado jokes. Oh God. I'm keeping mine on because I actually think it looks really cool and like, why can't a woman have a mustache?
And it actually hurt.
Oh, then I'm definitely not taking it off. Couple things. We still have a face
did.
to add on to our dope avocado. What did I tell you guys?
It looks great.
So cool.
We ended up adding quite a few layers to the back to
To
really
give it that
fill it
round
out.
shape, some depth.
Give it the round shape. We used the 5-inch balloons, which are a little bit smaller, but they were really good for filling in all the gaps.
Yeah, so when I told you use 9-inch balloons, you can also pick up 5-inch balloons, and they were perfect for like the outer edge and then filling in gaps, like Jess said.
Yes. And now to add our mustache.
I'm trying to think of like a mustache joke, but I don't have one.
You know, I've never seen my dad without a mustache.
Ever?
Ever.
Like you've never seen a photo with him without a
No.
mustache?
Well, when he was like a kid.
That didn't hurt. You're such a baby.
Well, I ripped it. You didn't rip yours.
Whew, got sweaty under there. Our mustache. Oh, we don't want it to cover too much of the
Well,
pit.
you want his face to be like up
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
Okay,
This is like
okay.
its mouth. And then I'll do the eyes. I'm taking this very seriously.
Yeah, no, good.
His mustache is a little crooked, but I'm gonna
crooked?
give it to ya. Handsome.
He's so handsome.
That's it. It's actually really fun. It's a
is
fun
fun.
craft. Obviously, you're playing with darts, so this is probably for older-ish kids, unless you have a lot of supervision with little kids. We put candy in these, but if you really want to up your party, you could get plastic vials, the really skinny ones, and put alcohol in them. Really up this game. Or something else too, you don't have to put candy in all of them. So if someone pops one that doesn't have candy, they have to take a shot.
There you go.
Make it into a drinking game, folks. I am a
It's a drinking
professional drinking game maker. You're welcome.
Also, where did we find these darts? Party City too?
Party City.
Yeah, just Party City, and they're really sharp. You want to make sure you have nice, sharp darts because that's what's going to pop the balloons, obviously.
Right.
Also, make sure your neighbors are aware of this craft because it's loud.
Right.
It's loud.
It is loud. And do not throw the darts if someone is standing downrange.
Safety first.
Safety first.
Good job, Lauren. we crushed it.
We crushed this. We had no outside help from anyone at all.
Ever.
Nope. That's it. Let's pop this baby.
Let's pop it.